Yo, let me turn the light out that way a little bit, bop, bop, doop, boop, pow. So, you want to know why books don't sell? You know what's funny about this whole thing is that you should be liking and subscribing. That's what's funny about this whole thing. That's the hilarious part. And if you have, thank you very much. We are moving on up, getting to that 1,000 subscribers, the magical number. But before I go any further, I want to say something. The reason why books don't sell is because, are you ready? Ready? Because writers still don't get the message that it needs to be about and for the reader. Let me tell you, let me show you why I say this. I was in a call today with a multi-million, probably tens of millions, maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars publisher. And this is what they shared in the first part of the webinar. All these. I'm going to scroll them up there slowly so you can take your time and read them. So they're given this game, which I've given to you right here on this channel. I've told you all these things, and you can scroll down through some of my comments. You can see people saying, well, Tolstoy didn't write for that. Or Jojo Fololo didn't write for that. He wrote because he had to get it out. Meanwhile, it's not 1940, 50, or 10. And this publisher, who's selling millions of books, is saying the same thing your guy right here has been saying to you on this channel. The reason why this was crazy for me, okay, so they give you that first, right? So we're in this meeting, they're giving us all this stuff saying the same thing, and they said, so I want to hear, let's open up the mic and let's hear some people's ideas behind the books. And the responses went like this. I'm writing a book about my life and about how I got through A, B, C, or D, and about how I overcame that thing. And the response from them would go, okay, so if I'm a reader, how is that going to help me in my life? And they would say, well, hopefully you'll get inspiration. Hopefully you'll get inspiration. Well, hopefully someone will buy your book. How about that? Then they would go to the next caller. Next caller. What are you writing about? I'm writing a story about, let's just say, a giraffe rider who goes off and finds these things and does A, B, C, or D. Like, okay, well, it's loosely based on my life. Oh, okay. Is there something in it for the reader? I think it's just a good way for them to feel. It's just a good way for them to feel like somebody might live the same. So this person hadn't even thought about the reader at all. Next caller, I kid you not. I kid you not. Next caller. So let's tell us about your book. My book is about poems. My book is going to be a list of poems about, breaking away from this kind of relationship or that kind of relationship, and how I did that successfully in my life. I'm going to say it slow for the people in the back. The reason why your books don't sell is one, let's break it down. You're concerned about books selling as opposed to books serving. You're concerned about what you're going to get out of it as opposed to what you're going to give. Don't take my word for it. A multi-million-dollar publisher, let's bring him back up, said this about the writing process. And author after author after author couldn't stop thinking about themselves and their own experience, despite having this multi-million-dollar publisher tell them, this is how you're going to win. Think about someone else. Help other people. It was shocking how difficult, apparently, it is or was for writers to stop thinking about themselves. Let me tell you something, my friend. The game today, I don't know what it was in 1910 or 1920. I don't know. I wasn't there. But today, the world is wide open for people who care about other people. Point blank, period. So let me explain to you how you can make this shift. If you're talking and your first thought is to bring this conversation back to yourself, you probably got some work to do. If you're talking about your book and you can't figure out a way to think about how it's going to help the person sitting across from you, or your log line or tagline has nothing to do with anything outside of yourself or your want or what you think is great, you probably got some work to do. And I'm saying this with 100% love because I know you guys like to write and you want people to read them. I'm going to bring it one more time, just so you can see it. Maybe 3 times, maybe 3rd time's the charm. $1 million publisher posts this. Author after author still responds with, it's about my story is, it's wide open. It's wide open for people who care about other people. It's wide open. It was crazy how difficult it was for people not to think about themselves. So I want to challenge you. I want to encourage you. If you really want to make a mark in the world and you really want people to read what you write, fiction or nonfiction, how about, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I don't know anything. How about you listen to the publisher, since we love publishers as authors, we love them, that says this about writing in today's climate world or whatever. Now, they sold millions of books. Millions. Maybe they know. And that way you don't have to come at me and say, well, JoJo Jenkins wrote in whatever, and he just wrote for the love. And let me just say, if you want to write for the love and you don't care if nobody reads it, except for maybe your cousin and your Uncle Jim, great. This is not for you. You can go and keep doing that. And, I'm glad Uncle Jim and Cousin Larry will read it, and maybe Sandra will flip through it. That's great. No shade, even though that did sound kind of shady. No shade, seriously. If that's where you are, great. But if you're a person that's like, I want to write things that helps people, that impacts people, that maybe changes the thought conscious or pattern of society, that maybe entertains someone who maybe can't find something that entertains them, that wants to give someone an escape. Because I know the fiction authors go, well, mine doesn't have a higher purpose. Let me tell you, a person laughing, a person experiencing life through your fiction work, an escape or a happiness or a whatever, with your intention of that being the intention, is magic. So that is work. Don't think that fiction doesn't do work. Fiction does a lot of work. But in creating it, my friend, and I'm going to let y'all go because as you can tell, I'm worked up because I was like, wow, bro. Wow. We cannot get past the focus on self. That was crazy. But it's also good because that means that Any of y'all watching this that can, wide open. No competition. None. And the beautiful thing is you get to write about stuff you actually know, like, and care about. And you get to help people that you actually know, like, and care about. Or entertain people that you know, like, and care about. It's easy season for people who care. Easy season. And you get to help people. So, I've said enough today. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to writing because that's some things they need to do tonight. Some things they need to review because I wrote today. Today was a good writing day because after that I was like, because I went into the meeting thinking, okay, I've got to learn something that people like to call me in my videos. Anyways, I was going to the meeting thinking I got to learn something to kind of, grow up, or not grow up, but glow up, I guess, in my writing. And the funny thing about all that is I realize what you're probably going to start realizing as you go into your 50s and 60s. You've learned most of this stuff. So you know this stuff. Now it's about, one, trusting yourself, being confident, believing yourself, and stepping into your knowledge and then sharing your knowledge with people. Because there are people out there that really need your help. I've talked too long. Like and subscribe. Please take into account what the multi-million-dollar publisher said. And open, easy season for people who care. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace. Like and subscribe.